And hello and welcome along to another week of my vlog. Who am I? What am I doing here? I have no idea. Don't know what my name is, don't know what I'm doing. I'm on prep or something, but I haven't got a clue. I'm going to tell you all about it. And this week's
what are you doing?
What?
And hello. This week's vlog. I thought this week that I would do something a little bit different. There's a lot of us out there who have a supportive other or a partner, and I thought it might be interesting to hear their point of view or their side of how prep goes for them. I didn't know that I was going to find him imitating me in my seat, so you can come in.
Can I come in now?
Yeah, you can come in.
Can I come in? I'm allowed in the vlog officially.
You're in now.
Thank you. Awesome. Hello everybody. I'm James.
And this is my husband. Why did I forget who you were? I was trying to think of giving you some other title in this bodybuilding world. Most people in bodybuilding or do these shows are either both couples that like bodybuilding and that both compete. We're not. You know, that's not to say that James isn't into his fitness too, but he just isn't part of the bodybuilding world, really. I kind of thought, you're hearing about all of my sort of trials and tribulations. Be interesting to hear how it affects, and seriously, not just for a laugh.
I'm not sure it's going to be very serious, to be honest.
How supportive is in fact James?
I'll take over here. You've actually raised a very serious point here,
yes.
Kirsten. Tell you something. You don't understand this. You know, being the partner, going through this, going through the partner doing the prep. It's very difficult for the person, for the partner. It's very difficult. I have to sit here every weekend, getting drunk on my own. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that's a difficult part, isn't it? I've lost my drinking partner. This
is where other partners might be a little bit more sympathetic, and it might maybe stop some of those things.
Who are those weirdos?
Well, this is the thing. I knew that there was no way that you would ever be on board with me doing this if I ever told around to you, oh, by the way, for 3 months you're not going to be able to drink. So I kind of knew that the only way
seriously
you'd ever be on board with me doing this was to try and keep the whole routine and everything that we do as normal as I possibly could.
You've been good.
Yeah.
You've still made me some drinks. Sometimes you don't always get up and get me the next drink. You get me the first couple and I have to go and get up on my own. I'm not really too keen on it. It's very difficult for me to lose my barmaid and my drinking partner. So not everyone understands that. I don't think you understand how difficult it is for me to go through prep.
You know, like from my point of view, watching someone get more and more drunk, it goes from a point of it's quite amusing to just gradually.
She wants to kill me. She said not long ago. She actually said there are times where I want to take a hammer to you,
bludgeon you to death with a hammer.
That's it. Bludgeon me to death with a hammer.
Yeah.
She very hurt my feelings.
At times.
Hurt my feelings.
Like I said, all prep, nothing to worry about.
Yeah, that was about week 2.
Or taking you around to barbecues where I have to sit and look at everybody else eating all the nice food, drinking all the nice drinks, having a great time.
She wasn't joining in. It was very difficult to see your partner not joining in. But yeah, and she even did the first time. She did a barbecue. This was an amazing thing a couple of weeks ago. It was on the vlog. She did a full summer barbecue for me and all my skating mates. And she put on the meat and the vegan options, and there was like dessert. She even made a banoffee pie. Couldn't have any of it. And it was great. It's fantastic. So she did a good job there. And then she said the next day it was really difficult. I was like, well, we find it great. You know? But I understand where she's coming from. The fact is, you're going through this process of not being able to eat, getting more and more tired and grumpy, but you're still making my life good. But seriously, no, it must be really difficult for you, and I really appreciate it. You're making my time here through the process of prep that much easier, and I appreciate that. I
mean, you know, food and drink aside, on a serious note, again, James does have his pluses where he is obviously very good.
Am I? Can you think of any?
Well,
I produce this bloody vlog every week.
Yeah, exactly.
For 15 minutes of your babble.
James is very good at the creative stuff like photography and filming and all of that. So whereas there are people out there now that might be spending hundreds on photographers and such, that was one area where I knew I didn't have to worry about that. And it's been great to be able to sort of do this as well. You know, I don't really think my vlogs are ever going to be the most informative, but you know, maybe they'll help. You know, I'm just not the world's most serious person.
Thank God for
you know
that.
what? And you know what? I think there's a lot of people in this sport that take themselves far too serious.
Have you got any questions for me then?
Generally, have I been a nightmare whilst I've been on this? Have I been moody then? Have I
You've
had
been
moods?
absolutely awful from the beginning. I wanted to divorce you 5-10 times. No, you're not moody. No, I don't think you have. I don't
feel like I've had mood swings.
No, I know that you can. I know how far to push it often, because I can feel you might break. And I felt that a few times where if I'd said one more thing, I might have been bludgeoned to death, but not that much. I think generally, no, you haven't. I'm worried about the next couple of weeks, so maybe it'll start.
I keep thinking that a lot of people said to me about the mood swings. Like you say, I don't really feel a great lot different from normal, and I'm kind of worrying now that we're getting into the last 4 weeks.
And you haven't lost it yet.
Is it because it felt like a long period for you? Because this has gone quite quick for me.
It has.
Suddenly I can see the end.
I lost my drinking partner, okay, and it was very difficult for me to go through the process of just getting drunk on my own. And I'm drinking as normal, having fun, having a laugh, making jokes and throwing them at her, and she's just deadpan, no reaction, because she's not drinking. And it's terrible, really. I tell you what'll happen if you go through this process. You might realise that your marriage is a bit of a sham, that you only communicate and laugh and you're drunk together. Actually, all joking aside,
you don't actually like each other.
But I tell you what, it's not
as bad.
Why
don't I marry you?
But that's the biggest thing for me. It's losing that kind of like that weekend fun time that we have together. I mean, I've continued it. Obviously, I'm not going to give that. Who would? But equally, she's been very good and dealt with it. But there is that kind of, you do lose that. And for 12 weeks, that's a long time. It has felt like a long time. Yeah, so that's kind of what it's been like. Me just doing what I normally do, and her not taking part, obviously. But you know, I am supportive. You have to be.
You are. No, on a serious note, you are there. You do indulge me, and you do allow me to take part in this sport, which is a very selfish sport. You allow me to let it sort of take over for the 3 months that the sort of dieting and the sort of competition takes over.
It's hard. Because she's doing it through summer, and summer's been the best summer we've ever had in the UK for over 10 years. And I love going to Birmingham. There's Birmingham trips we go to a day out, we get drunk, watch a film, have a great time, and we've had to put that completely on hold, and it's killed me. Because I keep getting these pangs that I want to go to Birmingham, and we can't do it.
No.
We can't do it. So that's really hit hard. But even though I might mention it to you, I know we can't do it. I've accepted that because she's got bigger fish to fry.
Exactly.
And I'm looking forward to the show, because again, I can produce the content for it. I'm looking forward to vlogging it all and just seeing her achieve a goal that she's been focused on over 2 years now.
There's always good things that come at the end of it, you know, and you know, by sort of allowing you to help me with the vlogs and doing the vlogs was kind of a way of
bringing me in.
Having something to do so that you could enjoy it, and then have a bit that you could have a little bit of onus on. And
it's very important to involve the partners. Like she said before, but we go on these walks on a Sunday because she has to get a steady state cardio in. She always mentioned
cardio.
She does steady state cardio, and of course it gives me a chance to get on the board. I'll just go ahead like a dog, but it's kind of like nice that I can go out and join her, and then often I get a pint at the end of it again.
Yeah, see, that's been nice, and again, that's been the pro to having a really good summer.
Yeah, and I love that. I love doing stuff with her, obviously, and it's nice to do that and share it. So if you've got a partner, and he or she is not into this, then do stuff with them, and that's been really good for us, and I think she's appreciated it, and I like going out and doing that and sharing the process.
Your partner could be brilliant at helping you with your fake tan, for instance.
I'm not doing. Why do you keep talking about that? I'm not going to fake tan you.
No, I'm just going to pay a nice lady to do it for me.
Right, I'll film that. I'll film you being
No, you're
tan.
not allowed to film it. You're not allowed to be backstage. It's only competitors backstage, honey.
Why can't I film the ladies?
Because, well, we're all naked.
Why can't I film the ladies? That's what it's like to be a prep husband. This has been called. This episode is prep therapy. It's basically where we just talk our problems through on camera, so we don't kill each other or get divorced.
Our problems, basically, alcohol dependency.
No, it's not about that. So things are definitely different when you're going through prep.
Like you say, you can still go out to people's do's and stuff, and some things you can work around, take your food.
She's been a battler. She's been great.
Yeah, you can do that, but I think some things you just have to say, yeah, that ain't happening. But anyway, on the whole, that's us. A quick summary. It was a good normal week, good week's training. I'm hanging in there. I mean, it was a good body fat drop. Down to like 14.1, so almost in the 13% range. I need to get down ideally sub 10. That's where my coach would like me to get, and he says we're on target. Things are looking good. Legs are beginning to pull in. I had a posing class with Becca again yesterday. Really getting the poses down now. So I think next week I will probably have to do some practice posing in the living room, but I might need you to pretend to be a judge.
I thought you wanted me to like be another competitor.
No, well maybe. I don't know how helpful that would be.
Oh, I can make it helpful.
So that might be next week's, because I need to get used to doing it without seeing myself in the mirror, because what I'm doing at the moment is obviously looking very intently in the mirror, making sure everything's where it needs to be. But obviously when you're on stage, there's no mirror. So yeah. But that's moving on nicely. Still got.
RuPaul is helping on that score.
Oh, definitely. It's maybe not quite what the PCA might want, but who cares?
It's what the world wants.
Because it's what I want. So we're going into the home straight, I'm calling it now. 4 weeks. Doesn't matter how tired I am now. Seeing the finishing line. So we're gonna do this.
We're gonna do it together.
Yes.
Me more drunken than she is, but we're gonna do it together.
We can do this.
Yeah. By the way, I've run out of drink. I need a top up. Can you go and get me a drink from the fridge? Thanks. So, as I always say, thanks for joining us on this wacky episode of the Kirsty Allen prep vlog. This has been prep therapy. As I always say, that's it. Fill it up. That's a wrap.
What are you doing? Come on, off. It's not about you.
There we go.
Good luck, editing.
25 minutes!
Wow.
25 minutes!
You expected it to be shorter.
How are we going to edit this?
Well, I'm not. I want to let you do that.
Steady state cardio.
Cardio.
Right.
A banner.
And there